The reason Israel Hicks and I created the Ebony Repertory Theater was because there was an absolute need, there was a necessity, there was a dearth and a paucity of Black performing arts, a culturally specific theater company where it was made by the people it represented, it was designed by the people it represented, and it was just, when you talk about the 500 square miles of Los Angeles, it was an important addition in our feeling to the landscape of the theater here in Los Angeles. We are the first African-American professional theater, meaning Actors Equity Agreement, in the history of Los Angeles. And so we saw a major need, we saw a necessity, and we came together with our mutual resources. We got together a kitchen cabinet of 5 to really help bring our vision to bear. And that was the founding of the Ebony Repertory Theater, because a working laboratory and a professional space where the African-American artists and other artists of the diaspora would have a place to come under the leadership of the African-American theatrical community. Voices of all kinds absolutely have the right and deserve to be heard in the theater. Every single community imaginable, because every community has a storyteller. These are stories, the stories of people's lives, the stories of people's experience. And so the theater should not be some sort of narrow elite enterprise where only 1 or 2 groups get a chance to tell their story. But I do believe very, very strongly that each people should tell its own story, but it should be diverse, it should be far-reaching and wide, and it should not be narrow. The theater, with all that it's done historically, has often, particularly in this country, been very narrow. The time has come, in no uncertain terms, for the stages to be populated by people of every stripe telling their own stories. I would tell other actors and theater creatives who are interested in working in the theater, I would desire for them to align themselves with the Ebony Repertory Theater, because we, meaning those of us who are in leadership there, myself, I'm the producing artistic director, but our managing director is one of the most brilliant human beings and one of the kindest human beings I've ever known in my life. Her name is Gayle Hooks. And so working with the Ebony Repertory Theater, we place a premium on treating people with tremendous respect, with tremendous sensitivity, and there is a welcome embrace, and we want the environment to be safe. We want all people there to feel protected. And we have a diverse group of personalities working with us, and we always have from our very beginning. And it's a place where it's kind of, we like to promote it as a kind of theatrical sanctuary. You know, that's what it is. It's a working laboratory that promotes respect, that promotes inclusion, and promotes real companionship again, and collaboration, not at all competition, and not dealing with people in harsh and untoward ways, but really respecting every single person who walks through the door. So I would hope that theater professionals would want to work with Ebony Repertory Theater and align with us because of those principles. We at Ebony Repertory Theater believe our presence is very important. We believe that we provide a service to the city of Los Angeles and our larger community, because we want to respect our audiences. We want to deliver a high standard of performing arts, and we want people to be able to come into our theater chamber, what I would, my beloved Obba Babatundé calls our jewel box, and to be able to see themselves reflected on stage, and to see themselves as whole, and to be able to leave that theater chamber feeling better about who you are and what you are. So that is one of the great important reasons why I believe Ebony Repertory Theater should be supported. Not that it's going to line the pockets of Wren Troy Brown or Gayle Hooks or anyone who works with us particularly. We need to earn, and certainly we need to be able to stay there to keep our doors open and earn from that perspective. But supporting this, when you support Ebony Repertory Theater, you support an entire community, because our goal is to have people come in there and leave better by seeing themselves as a whole human being. And so I think that's the greatest worth of anyone who's considering supporting Ebony Repertory Theater.